Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Citation, References and Bibliography. Lecture number 20. This is the last lecture in the series of research methodology. And even in any research, the last part is the reference. If you are talking about a research paper, referencing or bibliographic detailing and citations have a lot of meaning, and the correctness of that is very important because the authenticity of your work also depends on how well you have referenced. Whether you have refrained yourself from plagiarism and many other aspects of research. Citation, references and bibliography. In academic writing, citation, references and bibliographies are all used to acknowledge sources, but they serve different purposes. Citations are brief mentions within the text to indicate where specific information came from. References are a complete list of sources cited in the text, typically found at the end of the document. A bibliography may include both cited and consulted sources, even if not directly cited within the text. So, there are small differences if you have seen. Although they are all referring to if you are using anybody's work, mentioning that in your text of the research paper, then you are citing that work. The citation has to be accompanied by who did in which year. So that is the reference. And at the end of every research paper, we write the reference. Sometimes along with the reference, there are some sites of, some websites. So those also we mention in the bibliography. So that is the little difference, that you want to write about a site which was not directly linked but is referring to that same thought. You will write the bibliography. Otherwise, referencing and citation are what is popularly used in a research paper. Citations used within the body of the text to indicate where information was obtained. Provide brief details about the source, such as author's name, last name, and year of publication. This helps to avoid plagiarism by giving credit to the original author. So, there is a very important role of citation. And examples have been given where you can write Smith, 2023. That means this article which you are referring in your introduction part is written by Professor Smith in the year 2023. If there are more number of authors, then you will cite Jones et al. Et al. Means other people who are in that group responsible for that paper. 2020, page number also you can mention. References, a list of all sources cited in the text, particularly in the introduction, or even if you have used any reference in the materials or method part, you can put that. Usually found at the end of the document. Provides full bibliographic information for each cited source, allowing readers to locate them, essentially for readers to verify the information presented and explore the research further. Typically formatted according to a specific style guide, APA or MLA or Chicago style. These are three very popular referencing styles. Entries are usually alphabetical by author's last name. So we will see that, what is the style of citation? What is the style of reference? Citation, remember, is in the text. You write by Smith and 2023 in the parenthesis after his work. Suppose if Smith 20 has written that natural dyeing was found to be excellent on silk rather than cotton. This was his thought, his finding. So you will write after this sentence this in the text of the introduction. But in the reference part, you will write the entire name, journal, etc., title of the article, page number, volume number, year, etc. And you can use any one of the style. Again and again, I am telling you, in reference, one style has to be maintained from reference number 1 to reference number last. You cannot change the style. That is not correct way of writing the references or bibliography. Now, if we make a kind of a evaluation, how it is cited in a paper, or how is electronic citation done on web page, what is the way in which audio and multimedia citations are done, they have little differences. And this slide I have sourced from ResearchGate. So in a paper which is of more relevance to us as a researcher, author or editor or other creative individuals or entity full names, title of the article, book or chapter, name of the book, journal and periodical, version or edition, name of publisher or distributor, name, year of publication, place of publication only in the case of books, volume and issue numbers for journals only, and page numbers. So all this should be, this much information should be there in the reference section for citing in the paper. But if it is citation in the electronic media, you will write the name of the author or editor or organization, title of the page, title of the site, that is home page, date the site was created, date the page was last modified or updated, date you access the material, and the full URL address. If it is an audio and multimedia work, authors, organization, direct if available, title of audio or multimedia, format, video recording or film, city of recording, and date of recording. So this is in general the format of different modes of publication. And this is to be borne in mind that you cannot make any changes. You can't make the format of electronic citation as your paper citation, or audio multimedia citation style for paper citation. Paper citation should always have these things enlisted very accurately without making any mistake in the volume number, page number, year, names, etc. Again, it may become a case of plagiarism, whether you are doing it intentionally or unintentionally. So one has to, while writing the references, please verify it 2-3 times, get it verified by somebody else, because often what happens, we are looking at our paper again and again. We tend to overlook, and these mistakes actually happen due to overlook. So those things can be avoided, because a researcher cannot afford to make any mistake in citing the papers. Now, this is a very interesting slide where I have tried to bring out the difference between the key difference between bibliography and references. Often there is a big confusion, and I could find this from byassignmentexpert.com, and I thought it would be an ideal slide to discuss in the last lecture of research methodology. So, reference list only sources direct cited in the text. Bibliography includes all relevant works consulted, whether cited or not. So, even if you have seen Wikipedia, for example, now that will come under bibliography. You are not quoting anything from Wikipedia, you have read and you have gathered some information from there, and so you are mentioning it as www so and so. Then comes reference ensures transparency of letting readers verify sources used in research. Bibliography demonstrates wider reading, providing background context to the topic. And reference and bibliography serve different purposes in scholar writing. So, if it is scholarly writing, they have different roles to play. References are all that you have put in your introduction part, referring to other people's work, that is reference. But bibliography is a little general. While writing about, say, natural dying, you read a few websites or Wikipedia or any other site, and you gathered some information about natural dying. So that also you can write there, because it helped you to construct your own hypothesis or discussion or things like that. It guided your thinking. You referred to those sites for a better understanding. So that is the difference between reference and bibliography. So citations are used within the text of the paper to give credit to the sources and allow others to easily find and verify the information that has been used. Whereas bibliographies are list of sources that have been cited in a paper and provide additional information about the sources to help others find them more easily. And in simple terms, if I have to say, citation is short reference inside the text. Bibliography is complete list of sources at the end. We don't say that it was bibliographed in the text. Bibliography is always in the end, which depicts that you have taken an overall additional information from that site. So there are very, discrete points of difference between the two. The difference between citation and bibliography lies in where and how sources are mentioned in research writing. Both are important for academic honesty and avoiding plagiarism. So, the bottom line is nothing should be missed out. It would be taken as unintentional plagiarism. So one has to be very, very careful while writing citation. A citation is a reference within the text of a research paper that shows the source of a specific idea, statement, or data. The key points for citation are: it appears inside the text. Again and again, I am telling this, or as footnote or endnote, depending on the style of the journal. Indicates which source supports a particular statement. Usually includes author's name, year, or number, depending on the citation style. If, for example, we are taking the APA style, then natural dyes can improve sustainability in textiles. This is given by Wankar at 2015. This tells the reader that the information came from that specific author, Wankar, in the year 2015. So it is giving an idea. You will start looking for papers of Wankar in the year 2015 and then see which paper this statement was made. Bibliography, on the other hand, is a complete list of all sources consulted or referred to during the research. And the key points are: they appear at the end of the research paper or thesis, contain full publication details of each source, may include sources that were read but not directly cited in the text. For example, Wankar PS, year 2015, Natural Dyes of Textile, Woodhead Publishing. So from this book it was taken. That is what the bibliography is. It is a complete information of the source which was used in the referencing section. Now, let us look at what are the main differences, because often students get confused. And I want to remove this doubt by making a lot of clarity from my side. So if we are looking at citation and bibliography, where is it located? Where is the location of citation? Inside the text, and usually in the introduction part. Whereas bibliography is at the end of the document. What is the purpose of citation? Shows the source of a specific statement. Whereas bibliography lists all sources used in research. Detail level. Citation is short reference, just the name of the author or the surname of the author and year. Whereas bibliography is full publication details, which paper, which journal, which publisher, and so on and so forth. And of course, year, page number, and all of that is there anyway. Scope. Citation, only cited sources are there. Whereas in bibliography, it may include consulted sources also, as I told you, websites, etc. Or Wikipedia or some common, AI information also you can put there in bibliography. So bibliography is a list of sources consulted during the research purpose. They may include sources that may not directly cite in the text but were useful in understanding the topic. Similar to reference list, but potentially broader in scope. Some disciplines use bibliographies in place of reference list. In essence, citations are like breadcrumbs within the text, while guiding readers to the source. References are a detailed map of those sources, and bibliographies are a broader map of the territory explored during the research process. So these are very discrete, roles their positioning in the paper, it is to be understood very clearly. Citation is within the text, reference is at the end, and bibliography is overall. If I have, whether they were consulted, I mean, they were mentioned or not in the text. But if you have consulted, you may let the reader know that these were the papers also you referred or you read to widen your own knowledge and concept. Citation and references in research paper. Citation in research papers. A citation appears in the main text of the paper. It is a way of giving credit to the information that you have specifically mentioned in your research paper by leading the reader to the original source of information. You will need to use citation in research papers whenever you are using information to elaborate particular concept in the paper, either in the introduction or discussion section, or as way to support your research findings in the results section. So the highest probability of finding a citation, of course, is in the introduction section. But you can even use somebody's method. If you are repeating for your substrate, you can mention that so and so's method was used. And so that reference you are giving. You're not writing the whole method all over again. He has already written in his paper. You're just giving, by giving the name itself, it is understandable that you have referred that process for doing the experiment. Similarly, when you are using anybody's, validation, in your case also, if suppose I will give an example, I'll say that dyes in wool actually do not get so much absorbed, but they are running as capillaries within the striations. Now, this is a concept which I understood from Professor James' paper. So I will mention that in my discussion part, as mentioned by James et al. So that is what is meant by saying that you are actually elaborating on somebody's concept, and you can put it in your discussions also. Reference in research paper. A reference is a detailed description of the source of information that you may want to give credit to via a citation. The references in research papers are usually in the form of a list at the end of the paper. The essential difference between citations and references is that citation lead a reader to the source of information, while references provide the reader with detailed information regarding that particular source. Now, when I put a reference with all the page number, volume number, year number, title of the paper, name of the authors, I am helping the reader to locate that paper based on this data that is being provided. But in citation, I have only mentioned the last name of the author and the year, just to give that this is the citation which is actually referred in the latter part of the paper in the full form. So I hope that now citation and reference are now very crystal clear in your mind, because this you will be using time and again. For every research paper, you will have to write the citation and references and bibliography. So a bibliography in research paper is a list of sources that appear at the end of the research paper or an article, and contains information that may or may not be directly mentioned in the research paper. The difference between reference and bibliography in research is that an individual source in the list of references can be linked to an in-text citation, while an individual source in the bibliography may not necessarily be linked in the in-text citation. So, bibliography is not what you have actually referred and mentioning it. It is something for widening your own understanding of that subject and knowledge. It's understandable how these terms may often be used interchangeably as they are served the same purpose, namely to give intellectual and creative credit to an original idea that is elaborated in depth in research paper. One of the easiest ways to understand when to use the in-text citation in research paper is to check whether the information is an ongoing work of research or if it has been proven to be a fact through reproducibility. If the information is proven fact, you need not specifically add the original source to the list of references, but can instead choose to mention it in your bibliography. So, this is another aspect of it, which says that whether or not you have been able to understand the little nuances of bibliography. Bibliography, if it is already an established fact, the Einstein's laws, for example, the third law of Einstein, it is a well established fact. So, we will write it in bibliography rather than in reference. What is the purpose of citation, reference, and bibliography? Purpose of citation is to lead a reader towards a source of information included in the text. What is the purpose of references? To elaborate on a particular source of information cited in the research paper. And what is the purpose of bibliography? To provide a list of all relevant sources of information on the research topic. So by now, in the last 1 hour or half an hour, I have been telling this very repeatedly. Citation is different from reference. Reference is different from bibliography, but they are in many ways connected to each other because they find or are a kind of an integral part of a research paper. At the end of the paper, if you have not given references or bibliography, your paper will be, considered to be incomplete. So, citing the authors whose work you are mentioning in your paper is citation, and the elaborate form of citation, cited authors, is in referencing, and many other indirect references can be enlisted under bibliography who have not been cited in the text of the paper. So that should be absolutely clear in your mind. Now, placement of citation, references, and bibliography. Placement of citation is in the main text. Placement of references is at the end of the text, which is after conclusion, necessarily linked to an in-text citation. And placement of bibliography at the end of the text, not necessarily linked to an in-text citation. This I have made very clear. Information related to citation, references, and bibliography. Information related to citation, minimal, denoting only the essential components of the source, such as numbering, name of the first and last authors, etc. Information that is related to references is descriptive, gives complete details about a particular source that can be used to find and read the original paper if needed. Information related to bibliography, descriptive, gives all the information regarding a particular source for those who want to refer to it. So, they have different placements, they have different informations to convey, and they are very important in any research paper that we have understood. Now let us go into a little deeper. What is citation? What are the different styles of citation? Citations are used to give credit to the sources that you have used in your research or writing. They are used within the text of your paper to show where you have used someone else's idea or information to link it up to your purpose. The purpose of citation is to show that you have done your research and to allow others to easily find and verify sources that you have used in your research work. There are several different citation styles such as MLA, APA, and Chicago, each with its own specific rules and guidelines. These styles dictate how the citation should be formatted and included in your paper. Citations are used within the text of a paper to give credit to sources. Citations are typically formatted according to specific citation styles. Now, if you look at MLA citation style, MLA means Modern Language Association Style, which is commonly used in literature, humanities, and cultural studies. The in-text citation, according to the MLA style, is MLA uses author and page format. That means they will write, for example, natural dyes are environmentally friendly, and in the bracket, in the in-text, they will write Vankar and page number is 45. Author's name, page number, no comma between them. Now, all these are very, very minute details but have to be understood because the author's guideline shows that MLA style has to be written in this manner. Works cited entry. For example, of a book, Vankar Padma S. Natural Dyes of Textile, Woodhead Publishing, 2015. This is the way it will be written. And the key words, the title is in italics, year is at the end, and the section works cited is mentioned. So, this is a typical MLA style, and it is used in literature, humanities, and cultural studies more popularly than in science. Now let us come to the APA citation style. APA stands for American Psychological Association style, and it is used in social sciences, psychology, educational sciences, and even scientific research. The in-text citation in APA is shown as an example that you put a comma between. There in MLA there was only page number and author's surname. Here it is author's surname and year with a comma. So author's name, last name, year of publication, and comma between them. The reference style entry of APA in the end will be something like this. Vankar PS, year will come first, title will come, and then publication will come. So key features are that after the author, the year is placed, and the first word of title is capitalized, and this comes under the reference section. If we try to look at the key differences between the MLA style and the APA style, I'm not talking about Chicago and other styles because these are the two most popular referencing styles. So let us only at least learn about the key differences. MLA stands for Modern Language Association. APA stands for American Psychological Association. It is used in, MLA is used in humanities. APA is used in social sciences and sciences. The in-text citation in MLA is author and page number with no comma, whereas the in-text citation in APA is author and year with a comma. The reference section, the work cited, whereas in the references in APA. So, importance, page number, and in the case of APA, it is the publication year. So, there are little differences, but then a style is a style. MLA cannot be considered as APA, APA cannot be considered as MLA. They have distinct features which make them different, not only the name. Now let us look at bibliography. Bibliographies, on the other hand, are lists of sources that have been cited in a paper or research project. They are usually found at the end of the paper or project and provide a complete list of all sources that have been used. The purpose of bibliography is to provide additional information about the sources, such as the author's name, the title of the work, and publication date, which can help others find the source more easily. And this we have seen time and again, that this is how is the role of bibliography. It is important to note that a bibliography and reference list are the same things. They are a list of sources that have been cited in the paper. However, bibliography is more detailed than a reference list because I said it also adds some of the sites which have not been mentioned in the text. Bibliographies are lists of sources that are found at the end of the paper. Bibliographies are usually listed in alphabetical order by the author's last name. So we have seen that there are very apparent differences between reference and bibliography. When conducting research or writing academic papers, it is essential to include accurate and relevant sources of information to support your arguments and provide credibility to your work. Two commonly used terms in the context are reference and bibliography. While they are related, they serve different purposes and have distinct characteristics. Understanding the difference between reference and bibliography is crucial for maintaining academic integrity and producing high quality scholarly work. The key differences are in terms of scope, placement, information, purpose, length, and content. Reference, the scope is that they are cited, used, the citations are used within the text to acknowledge specific sources, while a bibliography is a comprehensive list of all sources consulted during the research process. Placement. As time and again we have seen, references are typically included within the parenthesis within the text, whereas bibliography is presented as a separate page or section after the main content. Information provided. References offer brief details about the source, usually consisting of the authors, year, page numbers, and so on. Whereas bibliography provides detailed bibliographic information about each source. The purpose. References serve to support and authenticate specific claims made in the text, while a bibliography offers readers an opportunity to access and verify the sources used in the research. So this I have explained already. We are just going through the differences so that there is complete clarity between citation, reference, and bibliography. Length. References are limited in number and appear within the text, while bibliography can contain an extensive list of sources and is presented as a separate component. Content. References are essential for avoiding plagiarism and giving credit to the original author, while bibliography demonstrates the breadth and depth of research conducted on a particular topic. So they have different purposes to offer. Accessibility. References provide immediate acknowledgement of sources within the text, while bibliography allows readers to locate and explore the cited sources for further study. Formatting. References typically follow a specific in-text style, citation style, such as APA, American Psychological Association, or MLA, Modern Language Association, while bibliography can be formatted in various citation styles. Supporting arguments. References directly support the arguments and statements made in the text, providing evidence and credibility, while a bibliography offers interested readers additional sources for further reading and research. Comprehensive overview. References are focused on specific sources used within the text, whereas bibliography provides a comprehensive overview of the research conducted on a particular subject. So, reference list versus bibliography, if we compare, a reference list is a list of all sources that you have referred in your text. A reference list may be ordered in alphabetical order of author's name or numerically, depending on the referencing system or style that you are using. If you have been asked to include a reference list, you may also include a bibliography which lists works that you have read but not cited. A bibliography lists all the sources you used when researching your assignment. You may include texts that you have not referred to directly in your work, but which have had an influence on your ideas. And this I explained a while ago. If you find you have a lot of works that are not referred to directly through, you may wish to look back over your work and check that all the ideas are fully referenced. So compiling a list, you have to do it according to the alphabetical order of the author's last name. The referencing style should be ordered alphabetically by author's surname or last name, unless you are using a numerical referencing system. So you can put 1, 2, 3, 4, then you will put one reference in the parenthesis in the text, and then one will refer to the full reference. But usually, according to the Harvard referencing style, the bibliography or the references are written in alphabetical manner. I'll just read one or two examples like Abu Salim H. That means that Abu Salim is his surname, and the other authors in the year 2021, their article's name, and then it was published in the Journal of Contaminant Hydrology, giving the volume number and the article number. Similarly, if it is a book, it is mentioned Ashbourne, the year, and then the book's name, second edition. It was published in the town or city, London, and by Springer, the publishing house. So this is how the entire layout of the paper is done in the referencing section. And one has to follow a couple of papers in order to register the style. If you have registered the style, the year will come soon after the initials of the author. And then comes the title, then comes the journal's name, then comes volume name, then either article name or page number, etc. Now, how to put an APA reference style in alphabetical order? I've just shown that this has been sourced by bibliography.com so that you don't make any difference, any mistake. So now you see the author's name is Austin J, and A has been put as capital, whereas the next bibliography is Free MLA APA Citation Generator, which is referred with capital F. And then numbers of, exploration I have put in the alphabetical manner, and they have been put together as bibliography. So one has to remember that in APA style, the reference list is in alphabetical order, first thing, not by numbering. Secondly, it starts with author's last name and then initials, then year, and then the name of the book or the article, and then the publisher's name. And this is another example where I have tried to show it. Of course, it is in very small font, but what it means that the reference section is a separate section, and in that you have to put a page number. Of course, you have to put a page number in the entire document. Then you are alphabetically, arranging A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever is the author's name, depending on that. If you don't have any author by B and C, from A you can jump to D. But it has to be in that order. And you have to properly double space it. And you have to have hanging indent for websites if you are using bibliography in between, because they are also a part of the broad style that you have referred to. So compiling a bibliography is quite a tedious job if you try to look at. Use a single list which integrates all the different types of sources, material you have used. The exception is where you have discussed a number of primary sources such as novels, films, ancient sources, letters, historical documents, and when should you separately write your bibliography into primary and secondary sources. All lists should be ordered alphabetically. So this has to be clearly understood, that there has to be an alphabetic arrangement by first named author's surname or organization if there are no named author. Video on compiling a bibliography. Although the video focuses on compiling a bibliography, but that is not necessary. You don't have to watch a video to learn this. I have shown you in the last 3-4 slides, and you have very well understood that how a bibliography or reference is to be written in APA style. Because for scientific researchers, APA style is what is more prevalent. So you should focus only on that. So to conclude this lecture and the whole series of lecture, I will say in summary, citation, bibliographies are both important part of academic writing and research. Citations are used within the text of a paper to give credit to sources and allow others to easily find and verify the information that has been used. Bibliographies are lists of sources that have been cited in a paper and provide additional information about the sources to help others find them more easily. They serve different purposes, but both are crucial in academic research and writing. So with this, we have actually come to an end of the lecture series on research methodology. We saw from lecture number 1 to lecture number 20 all the different aspects of the facts that should be known to a new researcher while studying research methodology. So with this, we have come to an end. Thank you.